Hello everyone, this is Psy-Soldier here. Welcome back to our Let's Play Dominions 4, Ulm Storm of Vampires. It is now winter in year 6 of the Ascension Wars, and you can see here that our disciple has cast Contact Naiad, so we've hopefully just gained a decent water and nature mage. And we've cast Arcane Probing and a few site-searching spells here. So far we haven't found anything. We cast Curse of Blood to summon another Vampire Lord, and basically, we had absolutely no luck with our site-searching spells. We found a small handful of blood slaves. One of our priests was attacked by a lesser whore here. I guess he would be one of them that has the lifelong protection contract. With any luck, those imps will manage to help save his life, but I don't think so. He has profuse bleeding already. So, the lesser whore has managed to kill him. I may need to actually start assigning some bodyguards to these guys. As time goes on, their horror marks are getting worse and worse. So far, I think this is the first one that I've seen that was attacked by a whore. And, yeah, if I see another one, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to assign some bodyguards here. Anyways, we've had a battle in Sermiak. We have attacked Joman here. Let's go ahead and view this battle. Thankfully, that was just a regular priest that we lost there. So we got all our guys here. They have luck. So we're casting all of our communion spells to get the communion going. So we have a large number of communion slaves here. Quite a large number of communions. I don't even know how many slaves we've got. We've got quite a few, though. So we've already started casting Iron Blizzard. Alright, so all of our slaves should technically, I believe, be affected by Summon Earth power now. Well, perhaps... Oh, no. That was not one of the Communion Masters that cast Summon Earth power. So that would not have given our slaves... Alright, so now they have... Now they're starting to get these buffs here. You can see they have fire resistance and shock resistance. Phoenix Pyre, air shield... So now you can see that all these Communion slaves are starting to pick up all these buffs that the Communion Masters are casting. Yes. Looks like our imps are actually going to end the battle before the communion even really gets into full swing here. But currently we're not really having any problems with fatigue at the moment. So we've just cast Summon Earth power by one of our Communion Masters, which has given all of the slaves reinvigorate. Oh, apparently he's not a slave. So all the slaves that are a member of the Communion. I wonder how we missed him. I'll have to look into that. So anyways, all the slaves now have reinvigoration. And their earth magic has been increased. And their fire magic has now also been increased. They're now all ethereal. Blunt resistant, slash resistant. Basically, they are super buffed right now. They all have mist form. I wish this battle was going to go on a little longer so we could see how the communion is going to do over time. So now they all have Astral Shield. I do believe pretty soon they're all going to have Fire Shields. Now, Communion Master is actually a nice way to buff up some of your, say, super combatants or thugs. If you were to, say, send a decent thug or a super combatant into the battle and give them a slave matrix and give a few regular mages the crystal matrix to make them communion commanders, just have your mage masters that are the communion masters cast the buff spells, then just have them stay behind the troops. Don't have them cast spells. And your super combatant or your thug is going to just walk in there with all kinds of buffs and just annihilate the enemy. They will be super buffed like these guys are here, with their astral shields, their fire shields, mist form, everything. Alright, so anyways, this is going to be over relatively quickly here now. Mostly, I just wanted to kind of see how this communion was going to go. They're sitting there with about 56 fatigue, which is a little more than what I would like to see. But, it's not terribly bad. Anyways, we've also had a battle in Wick. This is where our vampires were sent to deal with, Kalium. Olm is attacking Kalium in Wick. They actually don't have much there. And now they have a lot less, as we have just sucked the life out of them. They're now routed. We had a battle in Kafni here. So we've taken over another water province. And Joman has attacked us in Queenan here. Unfortunately, we actually lost that one. And what else do we have? A sneaking enemy. So, we are now laying siege to their fortress there. It would be great to see these guys actually try to attack us. And that way we can just go ahead and wipe them out. Well, anyways, we'll continue the siege. And check and see here. I believe I have a few guys that, or at least one that was not actually a member of the communion. Ah, that would be him. I definitely need to make sure they are all members of the communion. Actually, we want to have them cast the spells and then stay behind the troops. At least a few more of them. Now, I don't need him to cast Sabbath Slave, I just need him to cast Communion Slave. And stay behind the troops. No, clear those orders. Communion Slave and stay behind the troops. It also helps when I make sure that they're casting the correct spell. Okay. Communion Slave and stay behind the troops. Okay, so they should be good now. Let's go ahead and make sure we have everyone blood hunting that needs to be blood hunting. They are doing their job. They're doing as are they. Okay. I think everyone's pretty well doing all the blood hunting that they need to be doing. He can go ahead and start summoning allies. Let's take these three guys here. And start moving them up there. I've already got a laboratory. So I need to have 3 people forge some sanguine dowsing rods. Because I want to get some more blood hunters going here. We need to make sure that we are getting all the blood slaves we can get here. Let's go ahead and also check on the Naiad that we should have summoned. Here she is. And she is amphibious, so she can go under the water and cast spells like Voice of Tiamat. But from now, we are going to have her casting a Voice of a Spoo. With any luck, she'll manage to find some water provinces and increase our water gem income. And pretty soon here... It would take us 10 nature gems to actually forge that. The Thistle Mace would be nice to forge and, say, give to one of our Nature 1 mages. And have them start site searching using horsebacks, but for now we're just going to go ahead and stick with a Voice of a Spoo. Alright, we should have a few more vampires we can give to him. And then we're going to move him on up here. Pick up some more vampires. And what can we do with the ones we already have up here? Let's go ahead and attack there. Give a few more problems to Kalium. I suppose I can go ahead and throw some province defense in there too. We just have villains, militia, light infantry, and heavy infantry. Nothing particularly impressive there. Let's give him these troops. I'm going to send him down there to attack that province. And so we'll mix them up like that. And we'll attack with them. Let's recruit, I guess, some more of those guys. We can get 11 of them. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't construct any buildings there. The only thing I can do is build a lab, and that's not going to be of any use to us. So I can construct another temple here. Let's make sure we've got 15 province defense in all of these at least. Let's go ahead and bump that up. We may want to go more than 15 in some of them here. But so far we don't really seem to be contesting these underwater provinces too fiercely. Alright, how many vampires do we have here? 45. I don't think he can make it all. Well, actually he can. Well, let's just go ahead and leave them there for the time being anyways. I don't really see anything that's, I believe, is going to be a terribly, horribly bad threat to us there. Who do I have sneaking up here? Let's go ahead and have him researching. I have someone sneaking and I don't want to have them sneaking. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't hurt. They can go ahead and sneak. Alright. Let's go ahead and check out our pretender here. Can she forge anything of use for us now? Nothing terribly amazing that we couldn't have forged before. I think I'm actually going to throw some more blood boosters on and maybe try our hands at forging the soul contract there. Let's put that back in the laboratory. And throw the Bloodthorn back in the laboratory. And we'll do that one as well. And check out our disciple here. For that. Now then. We have the Black Book of Secrets. We'll give her that. And we will give her the Tome of the Lower Planes. And the Bloodthorn. That bumps her up to a Blood 7. And let's see here. For spells, she can actually do something interesting like sending dream horrors. Of course, she can do Curse of Blood. I'm kind of tempted to say buying an Archdevil. And see if maybe they can actually summon any allies. But in truth, we don't need to do that because I can just go ahead and forge the soul contract here. Which I think I want to do just to see how that's going to work for us. And I may actually reconsider having our new Naiad cast a Voice of a Spoo here. And see if she can forge any unique items for us here. She's too low level to forge some of those items. And quite frankly, we are lacking in some of the other gems that we need. We could forge the Robes of Kalos the Druid. Crown of the Ivy King. Really, the Winterbringer is about the only cool thing that we can cast or forge there. But that's actually somewhat useful. I mean, we're getting 3 water gems per turn. We may as well go ahead and forge that one. And we are recruiting there. I don't really want to recruit any more shamblers, to be honest. So we've got our vampires moving up here to try and help out Agartha a little bit. I could actually go ahead and just leave them here. That might actually prove to be slightly more useful. There's a fair chance that he's going to go ahead and send them back to attack that province once again. Let's go ahead and have them hold an attack. The rearmost enemies. I mean, I'd like to go ahead and take that province as well, but... yeah, it's a tough choice. I don't know that our province defense there can actually hold out against the troops that he has. And being in the middle of these guys, there's a fair chance that he's going to attack that province anyways. And I'd like to have our vampires there to go ahead and deal with that when that happens. Let's go ahead and have them preach just to make sure that that stays under our dominion. And... well, we do have our mounted commanders here now. So I can go ahead and start moving our Black Templars on up there. Which is exactly what we want. And we're going to go ahead and give them some lifelong protection contracts. Just to help things out a bit. In fact, why not? Let's give them an endless bag of wine, too. Yeah. It's not terribly necessary for him to have an endless bag of wine just yet. Of course, by the time I notice that he needs one, he may be getting diseased. Let's go ahead and set them all in the back anyways. Alright. So, I guess that's about as far as they can move. We've got our vampires moving up that way. And... on the next turn, they can go ahead and move up there, and then they can go ahead and move that way and reinforce them and start taking these provinces from Caelum here. So very shortly, we should be able to see what the soul contract is actually looking like for us. I would be terribly interested to see the Archdevil as well, but let's go ahead and check our research. We very nearly have the next level of blood magic research done for us. We're going to need 166 blood slaves for that. I may go ahead and try to save up some blood slaves and go ahead and cast that spell as well. So have them researching here. Okay. So I've got somebody there that doesn't really need to be there. We're just going to go ahead and move him on that way. And head him up with those parties to help deal with Marignon and Kalium here. So we're going to go ahead and end our turn here. And let me check here. I believe we're going to go ahead and end the video as well, because we're at about 26 minutes. So, as always, if you enjoy our videos, I hope you'll like and subscribe, and we will see you again soon. Thank you very much.